Whispering in the Dark. On a November night, young journalist Evelyn set out to investigate a mysterious event in a remote village. The villagers whispered about strange sounds coming from the depths of the forest and people disappearing at night. Evelyn was determined to unravel this mystery. Upon arriving in the village, she was greeted by a whispering cold wind and a gloomy atmosphere. The locals gave short and nervous answers to her questions. Nobody wanted to talk about the forest. However, Evelyn did not give up and proceeded towards the forest. As she stepped into the forest, a silence enveloped her. While walking among the trees, she suddenly heard a whisper. The sound rose with the wind and then abruptly stopped. Evelyn's pace quickened, her adrenaline rising. Suddenly, she saw a sweet-looking sheep in the distance. It seemed lost in the forest. As Evelyn approached, the sheep's cuteness diminished, and she realized it was actually a wolf. The wolf growled menacingly. As Evelyn found herself dangerously close, the animal roared like a lion and lunged at her. Evelyn managed to escape from the beast-like creature and stumbled upon an old cabin. As soon as she entered, she leaned against the door. The animal repeatedly lunged at the door but failed. Then the sound of the beast ceased, and the forest was enveloped in silence. Evelyn decided not to leave the cabin for a while, just in case. While waiting in the cabin, she found an old diary. The diary was written by a man who had lived in the cabin 100 years ago. He had communicated with a hidden entity in the forest, which promised him immortality. However, this immortality came at a price: the surrender of a human soul to the depths of the forest each year. Thinking the animal had finally given up, Evelyn decided to leave the cabin. Just as she stepped out, the door slammed shut behind her. Frightened by the sudden noise, she started to breathe deeply. She wanted to understand why the door had slammed so violently, but was too scared to look back. After a while, she gathered her courage and slowly turned around, only to see the door swinging back and forth in the wind. She realized the violent slamming was caused by the wind, turned around to head to the village and faced the beast again. As she turned, the beast-like animal, with its large black eyes reflecting the moonlight, was staring fixedly at Evelyn and growling. Startled by this sudden encounter, Evelyn reflexively stepped back, tripped, and fell. The animal, stirred by the movement, roared and leaped towards her, ready to sink its large teeth into her arm, when suddenly something struck it down. Suddenly, a beam of light from the depths of the forest fell upon the animal. The beast howled in pain and fled back into the forest. Evelyn, startled, got up and looked for the source of the light. She was stunned to see an old man with a torch coming from the depths of the forest. The old man walked towards Evelyn and revealed the true secret of the forest. The beast was once a villager who had turned into a creature due to the forest's curse. However, the old man said that the forest's secret was more than that. There was a power in the depths of the forest, beyond time and space. It was both a curse and a blessing. After listening to the old man, Evelyn wanted to ask more questions. However, the old man just smiled mysteriously, nodded, and stepped back into the darkness of the forest, his silhouette disappearing into the mists. After this incident, Evelyn left the village. However, the memory of the forest and its enigmatic secrets never faded from her mind. The enigmatic power lying in the depths of the forest remained a constant question in her thoughts. What really was in the depths of the forest? What was the meaning behind the old man's smile? The story ends with Evelyn leaving the village, the mystery of the forest still unsolved. Evelyn learned from this experience that some secrets may never be fully revealed,